Assalamu alaikum to all of you. My name is Zainab Javed Darai and I am the student of B.Ed Elementary Part 4. And today's my presentation topic is Managing Cooperation Within a School. First of all, introduction. In this topic, we learn how to manage the school, how to cooperate within the school, and how to cooperate with colleagues, tasks, students, and with problems. In this, we learn how can we create a good structure of a school for cooperative managing, how to create creative classroom for effective learning, how can we create quality education environment. Definitions. Management. Management is the coordination and administration of tasks to achieve a goal. Such administration activities include setting the organization's strategy and coordinating the efforts of staff to accomplish these objectives through the application of available resources. Management can also refer to the seniority structure of staff members within organization. Second, cooperation, the act and process of working together with a spirit of unity and harmony to achieve optimum health, human rights, and shared prosperity for every human being, a team or partnership. Third, school. A school is an educational environment where people, particularly young children, go to learn about topics such as reading, writing, and mathematics from a teacher. Most of the students' time will be spent in a classroom, a place where usually 10 to 30 people sit in to engage in educational discussion. Explanation. The cooperative school. Now, what is cooperative school? The issue of cooperation among students is part of a large issue of the organizational structure of schools, said Johnson and Johnson in 1989. The organizational structure of any school reflects the school system to which it belongs and basic assumptions about how students learn and how they should be instructed. Many schools are in the process of changing from mass production organizational structures to team based organizational structures. The team based structure is known as the cooperative school, which involves the use of cooperative learning in this classroom, faculty collegial support groups in the school, a school based decision making structure, and faculty meetings predominated by cooperative procedures. The heart of the cooperative school is the collegial teaching team whose focus is the continuous improvement of teacher expertise in using cooperative learning. In order for schools to focus on the quality of instruction, they need to successfully change from this mass production, competitive, individualistic organizational structure to a high performance, cooperative, team based organizational structure, said C. Johnson and Johnson 1989b. They need to develop the cooperative school, retraining teachers to use cooperative learning while organizing teachers to mass produce educated students is self defeating. In a cooperative school structure, students work primarily in cooperative learning groups and teachers and buildings staff work in cooperative teams, as do district administrators. The organizational structure of a classroom, school, and district are thus concrete. Effect teamwork is the very center of improving the quality of instruction and education, with each level of cooperative teams supporting and enhancing the other levels. Teamwork is the hub around which all other elements of school improvement revolve. Teams are beyond all doubt the most direct sources of continuous improvement of instruction and education. Contributing to team efforts is becoming paramount at every level in modern organizations. Schools are no exceptions. Students and faculty have no one to belong to teams. They must contribute their share of the work and they must take positions and know how to advocate their views in ways that spark creative problem solving. The student or educator who doesn't pull with peers will increasingly be the odd person out. The cooperative classroom. The first level of a cooperative school structure is the classroom, where cooperative learning is used for the majority of the instructional time. Johnson and Johnson 1980p said. Work team are the heart of the team-based organizational structure and cooperative learning groups from the primary work teams. Quality learning results from a team effort to challenge each other's reasoning and maximize each other's learning. Cooperative learning increases students' achievement, creates more positive relationships among students, and generally improves students' psychology well being. The second level in creating a cooperative school structure is to form collegial teaching teams, task forces, and ad hoc decision-making groups within the school. Johnson and Johnson said in 1980 PB. The use of cooperative learning in the classroom occur most effectively when staff work in collegial teaching team, faculty meetings are structured cooperatively, and school-based decision-making take place within a cooperative context. Collegial teaching teams, just as cooperative learning is at the heart of the classroom, the collegial teaching team is at the heart of the school. Collegial teaching teams are small, cooperative groups from 2 to 5 faculty members whose purpose is to increase teachers' instructional expertise and success. Johnson and Johnson said in 1989b. The focus is on improving instruction in general and increasing members' expertise in using cooperative learning in particular. Expertise in using cooperative learning begins with conceptual understanding of the nature of cooperative learning, how to implement cooperative learning, and what result can be expected from using cooperative learning. Teachers must also think critically about the strategy and adapt it to their specific student and subject areas. In team discussions, teachers consolidate and strengthen their knowledge about cooperative learning and provide each other with relevant feedback about the degree to which mastery and understanding have been achieved. They develop a common vocabulary, share information, celebrate success, and solve implementation problems. Co planning and co designing and co preparing cooperative learning lessons and instructional units. Once teachers understand cooperative learning, they must implement it. Members of collegial teams should frequently design, prepare, and evaluate lesson plans together. Now, how we can create quality education in the cooperative school? In the mass production school, teachers are primarily organized on a horizontal basis, grade level, or departmental teams. Students are sent from workstation to be partially educated, from math class to science class to social class, or from first grade to second grade to third grade, with each teacher responsible for a small part of the student's educations. Barriers separated teachers, forcing each to focus full attention on only a small piece of the overall program. Continuous improvement. First, understand what cooperative learning is and how it can be implemented in the classroom. Second, try out cooperative learning in the classroom. Third, assess how well cooperative learning lessons are working and obtain feedback from others. Fourth, reflect on what happened, make modification and try again. Fifth, gaining and sharing expertise. Sixth, quality of implementation. Cooperative learnings helps to first raise achievement of the students, second build positive relationships among students important for creating a learning community that values diversity. Now, why cooperative learning important in schools? Cooperation is important so that everyone could be helped. For example, if your physics is weak and a student of your class have awesome concepts of physics, he could help you to get your physics better. And cooperation is also important so that you could get to know your fellows better. It is necessary to make friends. It's necessary to create your school's memories. And trust me, without friends, life is way too boring. And as of schools, they are already boring. So one should make friends to make school life entertaining, and for that you have to talk, you have to cooperate. Now, merits. First, higher achievement. Second, increased retention. Third, more positive relationships and a wider circle of friends. Fourth, greater intrinsic motivation. Fifth, higher self esteem. 6. Greater social support. 7. More on task behavior. 8. Better attitude towards teacher. 9. Better attitudes toward school. 10. When students are working toward a common goal, academic work becomes an activity valued by peers. 11. Students are motivated to help one another learn. 12. Students are able to translate the teacher's language into students' language for one another. 13. Students who explain to one another strengthen their own learning. 14. When students need to organize their thoughts in order to explain them to teammates, they must engage in thinking that builds on other ideas, cognitive elaboration, which greatly enhances their own understanding. 15. Teammates can provide individual attention and assistance to one another. Demerits. First, people need to go at different speeds. Second, someone may try to take over the group. Third, quiet people may not feel comfortable. Fourth, sometimes people just don't get along. Fifth, people may not pull their weight. Now, conclusion. From this topic, we learned the importance of managing cooperation in the school, the issue of cooperation among students. In order for schools to focus on the quality of instruction, they need to successfully change from this mass production, competitive, individualistic, organizational structure to a higher performance cooperative team based organizational structure. Thank you.